We have Buddy Johnson up on the stage. Buddy, we got some questions here for you. We'll start off with Gabe Bach from Texags.com, and then we'll go to Kirk Bowles.
Buddy, how you doing, man? I think Buddy's muted. Hey, Buddy, this defense has been right around that 25 to 30 mark nationally here these first 2 years under Elko. You've been a big part of that. What do you think the key, Buddy, is to taking that next step and getting into that elite echelon, maybe top 10, top 15 range nationally?
Coach Elko always talked to us, how like at times we play hard, but we don't always play hard. So I think as a defense, we'll have to be like more consistent at playing hard the whole game, every snap, and, just having that relentless effort.
All right, we'll move on to Kirk Bowles from the Austin American-Statesman, and then we'll go to Tyler Shaw.
Yeah, Buddy, how would you rank the quarterbacks in the SEC? Who would you say are like the top 3 quarterbacks?
I'm not really sure. I know being a quarterback in this league, it's hard, and, you have to be very talented and very smart. So hats off to all them guys that are quarterbacks and, that's handling their business, doing their thing. I think they're all great quarterbacks. I mean, I'm just excited to go against the ones we go against, and, it's a great opportunity for this defense.
Did any one of them really impress you the last couple of years?
I mean, I can't really just pick one quarterback. They are pretty good.
You just don't want to make any enemies, right?
All right. We'll move on to Tyler Shaw from KBTX, and then Mike Lucas.
Hey, Buddy, Jimbo has said this team speed is, they're faster. The team as a whole is bigger and faster, stronger. Buddy, going up against this offense, who has really stood out this first week of camp and impressed you just with their ability?
Like everyone been saying, I mean, Kellen, his confidence, he's playing with great confidence. He's leading the team by example. Guys are looking up to him, and that's what you expect from the quarterback. And, he's showing great leadership. But a guy that's really stood out to me is Anai Smith, running back. He's a guy that's came from receiver, and he's making, the blocks like Michael Clemens is flying in, and he's picking up Michael Clemens, and I'm looking at him like, okay, yeah, you're doing what you need to be doing. And, that's good from a teammate, from looking at from a teammate perspective of, okay, we can go out and depend on this guy if he's taking practice reps like that. So in the game, he's a guy that can be really good for us.
Thanks.
All right, let's move on to Mike Lucas from KAGS, and then Travis Brown.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
I'm sure you've heard the expression before, but defense wins championships. I'm just curious,
Sure.
Do you guys view this defense as a championship caliber defense? And if so, why is that?
Most definitely. I think that, with this scheme that we have, Coach Elko, he has a wonderful scheme. So, we view ourselves as a championship defense. That's the only way you should view yourself as a defense, as an offense, as a team. And, Coach Elko has laid the standard for us. And, the standard is just to go out and, go out into practice and, take game reps at practice. And, hopefully that'll lead back to the game, So this defense, guys are flying around. There's a lot of energy going on, a lot of competitiveness out there. It's fun. The energy is contagious, and guys are just playing fast. I mean, it's just so fun to be around right now. It's the want-to that Coach Fisher always talk about.
Thank you.
Next question's from Travis Brown at the Bryan College Station Eagle, and then on to Justin.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. Hey, just how important is the continuity of the linebacking core this year with all the guys you have returning, with guys who are able to see some action last year and some special packages and whatnot? And how do you think that will aid to y'all's success, or what is the expectations that y'all have for the group because of that continuity?
We have a lot of new guys that came in at linebacker. We have a lot of upperclassmen like me, B. White, Anthony, guys with leadership that's leading the linebackers. But, I think that what it is we have a lot of younger guys that want to, be able to help and that's wanting to learn and, that's picking up the playbook pretty well. Us older guys are doing as best we can, to make sure they're ready because, at some point they're going to have to be ready to get out there. And, it starts with us. I mean, the coaches, of course, but, we as being their peers, it's our responsibility to be able to help them too. So, I mean, it's fun. Like the linebacker room is one of the best rooms I've been in. Like and not even the best room I've been in, but it's a lot of guys that are able to play. Like we've been short on linebackers, and Coach Fisher did a great job going out to recruit linebackers, and now we have a great room, and we have another great coach again at linebacker, and it's fun. It's fun.
Next question is from Justin Woodard at KAGS, and then on to Chip Howard.
Hey, buddy, building off that question, specifically with you and Anthony next to each other. If I'm not mistaken, both of y'all made the move to inside. You used to play outside more so. So another year with Anthony by your side, how big of a dynamic duo can you guys be together?
We can be great together, and me and Anthony, we have a high expectations for each other. We go out into practice and we take game reps all the time, but we always talk to each other. Okay, let's go finish this. Like when we was running in the summer with Schmidt, there'd be times like when we want to not even want to quit, but like we'll be so tired, we'll be gassing. One of us would be like, all right, come on, man, we got to do this. Let's go hard. Let's find that extra gear. Let's kick into that extra gear. That's what it takes, being able to your teammate to call on you and tell you, to push you. And that's the type of teammate you want to have. And, Anthony is a guy that pushes me and I pushes him. It just have to be that type of energy going on. But, Anthony, he is a great and smart guy. He's athletic and he's very twitchy, very fast. He gets to the ball, he make plays. So I just love playing next to him.
Communication-wise, though, does it help that y'all played together for so long?
Oh, most definitely. We know the playbook inside out. We go out there and, us making checks, and, if we're not making the checks, then the D-line is getting on us. And do y'all want Bobby Brown getting on one of y'all? So, we go out there, make sure the defense is, doing everything they have to do. And, it starts with the linebacker. That's the way we look at it. We look at it that way. It starts with us, It's defense. We have to make the communication, make sure everything is going on straight.
Next question is from Chip Howard at Sports Talk, and then Olin Buchanan.
Buddy, you mentioned Bobby Brown. What do you see from the defensive line so far?
Man, our defensive line, those guys are, tremendous athletes. And, you talk about Bobby Brown, he's a big guy in the middle. And, me just playing behind him, it makes my life a lot easier, So, everything that I do this season or everything that I've did behind Bobby Brown, all of that have to go towards him. He get all the great stuff because, linemen don't always get the credit they need. But, most of the time when linebacker make plays, it's because the D-line did their job. So, I always like to give my credit to my D-line. They do a great job at what they do. Is
this the best D-line you've had since you've been here?
We have a great D-line right now. Like I say, I will never go out and say this is the best. Guys I play with and the guys I've played with, all those guys have been good. The D-line has always been great, and it's fun playing behind them. That's all I can say. I just like to fit behind the D-line, and those guys play fast, so I love it.
Thank you.
Back-to-back questions from TexAgs.com. First with Olin, and then on to Gabe.
Yeah, buddy, are you going to miss having Justin Matabike in front of you?
Oh, man, Justin, he was a different type of dude. Justin Matabike, he talked to me every day. He texts me every day. I'm about to block him. He's texting me so much. But, he's a great guy, and I'm excited for him to see what he do at the next level. He just have tremendous athleticism, and you can tell. And he's a guy that we'll all miss. But, that's what it takes. It starts here and, sending guys off to the league, and, it's just fun to be able to watch a guy grow up like that, because when I first came in, he was telling me like, oh man, you're going to be great. You know how Justin is. But now I'm looking at him like, bro, look at you. You know what I'm saying? So it's fun. It's all fun. And I'm excited for him.
Hey, who's the best linebacker on the roster?
I can't hear you.
Who's the best linebacker on the roster?
Oh, Anthony Hines, without a doubt. Most definitely Anthony Hines is.
Wow.
Oh, why? Anthony, he's smart. He's fast. He's twitchy. Being able to – he's dependable. That's what I can say. Coach Fisher always talk about accountability, dependability. That's his two favorite words. And you can always count on Anthony. Being where he needs to be, knowing his assignments, and you can depend on him because he's gonna show up. He's gonna show up on time. And he's gonna show up with all the effort that he can give. Most definitely.
All right, let's move on to Gabe Bach and then Zach Taylor.
Hey, buddy, what's it been like having Coach Tyler Santucci back as your position coach? I know he was basically a GA or quality control guy the first year under Elko and Jimbo. And how is he different? He's a new school guy. Bradley Del Pivito is kind of an old school guy. How does he differ from BDP?
Coach Santucci, he's a great guy. I love Coach Pivito too. Those two coaches are great coaches, and I think they bring a different type of coaching style to the game. Like you said, Coach Pivito, he's an old school guy. And, old school guys and new school guys have their own different ways. But one thing that stand out to me with Coach Santucci is, he always have a quote, and he always bring a quote from someone that's already been there and done it, and he bring that into the game, and bring it into life. We look at it as a life perspective, and he always set an example. He do everything like just the other day. We got in trouble for something, and we had to do up downs, and Coach Santucci, I look up, he's doing up downs with us. But you're not going to expect that from Coach P just because he's an old school guy. But you understand that, and Coach Santucci, he wants to be a guy that be there for us, and we can depend on him. So he's a great coach to have, and I just love him being our coach.
All right, we've got Zach Taylor's up, and then Robert Cessna.
Hey, buddy, earlier today, the Associated Press came out with their top 25 and ranked you guys at number 13. Do you pay attention at all to preseason rankings? And if so, what do you think about the 13th ranking?
We don't pay attention to it at all. We're just going out, going to practice, controlling what we can control, going out and taking game reps at practice. If we take game reps at practice in the game, we'll be where we want to be. So, we just staying focused, just staying focused, just doing what we have to do, and we're not even worried about that right now. We're worried about fall camp, and, that's the most important thing right now.
All right, let's move on to Robert Cessna.
We always hear about how players play hurt in the SEC. How banged up were you at the end of the year after playing 5 top 10 teams last year, and how taxing will it be playing 10 SEC teams?
I wasn't as banged up as I thought I would have been, but, that just goes back to Coach Fisher. The way Coach Fisher prepares us for, the games and for the season. When we get in those big games, we're ready for them, and, our bodies are used to them because of the way we practice. We practice with a lot of energy, and, we practice with a lot of toughness. That's what he always talk about, building toughness. That's just one thing that he brought when he came in. He talked about his culture that he want to have, that his team, he want them to have. And, toughness is one of the most important things a team can have. I think our team is very tough. So, guys are used to, being beat up. And, if we can be used to that in the game, man, it's just an unbelievable feeling.
All right, that's all the questions for you.
Have you approached this year? Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Say it again.
Go ahead, Cease.
No, that's okay. Have you approached this year any differently physically getting ready for this season than in your last year?
I think now I've matured a lot more. I'm a lot more experienced, so I know what it takes. I raised my expectations for myself, and the leadership that I demand from this team, and I'm just trying to keep making sure all the guys are on the same page, and just raising the standards. That's what it's all about. Being able to raise the standards, higher than what they were last year. That's what it's going to take.